Hi, I'm Bob.Woolverton, your Northwest Realty Advisor. Frequently, I get asked, are we in a real estate bubble? And if we are, is it about to burst? Well, there's two main components that go into answering that question, and I'll tell you what both of those components are when we come back in 8 seconds, so stick around. So frequently people ask me, because of these appreciating prices going so high, are we in a real estate bubble and is it about to burst? Well, one of the things to take into consideration is the most recent recession we experienced back in the late 2008 or so in that area, is one of the problems that drove that crash was faulty lending practices, basically very greedy lending practices. We basically had no doc loans, which meant you just state your income and your debt and the loan officer would believe you and give you a loan, no matter what you said. There was no proof of information. At the same time, we also had appraisers talking directly to the lending officer. So for example, say the appraiser went out to do an appraisal on a home and they came back and said, yep, this home's market value is $450,000. And the loan officer would go, you know, we really kind of needed $500,000 to make this deal work. And the appraiser would go, oh yeah, close enough, I'll make it $500,000. So we had a lot of that. We no longer have those greedy lending practices occurring anymore. We don't have no loan documents anymore. We always need proof of income, proof of debt, and we no longer have lenders talking directly to appraisers. But if we go back even further than that, let's go back to 1971. You might remember back in the Seattle area, we had predominantly Boeing was the big employer. And I think probably Boeing and maybe Weyerhaeuser were the two big players in the Seattle area. And then in 1971, Boeing laid off 83,000 people, caused people to vanish the area. Matter of fact, you might remember this billboard that was put up that said, would the last person leaving Seattle please turn off the lights? That's because there were no jobs. So those are the two main considerations that are different now than what we had before. Right now, we don't have faulty lending practices. And the thing that's really driving prices is jobs. Jobs always has and always will drive home values. In the last 5 years in the greater Seattle area, we've added 3 times the number of jobs as we've been able to build new housing units. And when I say new housing units, I mean apartments, condos, and single-family residences. We have outpaced the ability to build new units 3-to-1 by new jobs. And we no longer have just 1 or 2 big players in this area. We've got all sorts of diversified employment. We've got Amazon, we've got SpaceX, we've got Google, we still have Microsoft. We've got a very diverse workforce, and the projections are that we're going to continue with the job growth at basically the same rate that we've had, that's going to continue to outpace our ability to build new housing units. So the bottom line is, are we in a real estate bubble? No, because what's driving our values is the influx of jobs into this area, and the outlook for increasing jobs is still very, very strong, stronger than what we can keep up with the demand. So we no longer have faulty lending practices, that's the first component. And 2, we have strong job growth, and that always has been and always will drive housing prices. So the bottom line is, I don't believe we're in a housing bubble. So since we're not in a bubble, it's not going to burst, and the trend going forward still looks very, very strong. That's our episode today on Northwest Realty Advisor. I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, please click that subscribe button. And if you didn't, please click that subscribe button. I'm just kidding. Actually, if you have any other questions, you can put comments down below. I also have my contact information down below. Please give me a call, send me an email. We can talk in more depth about the market or anything that you would like to know about the housing market in the Seattle area. Again, I'm Bob.Woolverton, your Northwest Realty Advisor. We'll see you next week.